All right, everyone. So here we are on the classwork for 3.1. And I'd say it's a pretty important lesson, okay? We're still talking about this idea of standard form. So in the directions, it says write each expression in standard form. Standard form means like most simplified. All right, so this is when we're combining those like terms. And it says verify that your expression is equivalent to the one given by evaluating each expression for the given value of the variable. All right, so if we look at part A here, I've got 4y minus the 3 plus y in parentheses. So first you have to remember that this minus sign is almost going to be like we're distributing a negative 1 here. So this would be 4y minus 3 and then minus y. So now I'm looking to see, can we combine like terms? I like to box my like terms. I've got some y's, and make sure you include your signs in front of it. So 4y minus y would give us 3y, and then we just have the minus 3. So this is our standard form, okay? So that's part 1. Now part 2 says that we want to verify the expression is equivalent by evaluating each one at the given number, okay? So I'm going to kind of split the box in two. So first I've got my 4y, so I'm going to do 4 times 2 minus, and then 3 plus 2, okay? So parentheses first. So 3 plus 2 is 5, and then so 4 times 2 minus the 5, and then 4 times 2 is 8, so 8 minus 5, this gives me 3. Now I'm going to check it with the standard form. So I'd have 3 times 2 minus 3, so 3 times 2 is 6 minus 3, and 6 minus 3 is 3. So we got the same thing, so you can put little check mark, smiley face, all good to go. Okay, so that's the idea for here. I will some hints. We talked about distributing that negative 1. You're going to need that in part C, in part D, part E. Oops, there. Part E, part F, and then again in part H and part I. Okay, that's really a big idea of today. And then if you go to the second page, you again need it in part J. Okay, part J's got 2 variables, getting a little crazy, very exciting. And then number 2, it's the same idea, write each expression in standard form, verify that your expression is equivalent to the one given by evaluating both expressions for the given value of the variable. So for a standard form, here we're more in the multiplying and dividing. So negative 3 times 8x would be negative 24x. So that's step 1. Then step 2, all right, we got to evaluate it at both of them. So we'd have negative 3 times 8 times 1/4. And so this would be negative 3. 8 times 1/4 would be 2. And then negative 3 times 2 would be negative 6. And now I also have to check it for negative 24 times 1/4, which would just be negative 6. So we're good. We got the same thing. Right? If you don't get the same thing, that means you made a mistake getting into your standard form. All right, so that's the theme for the back page. So I am going to ask that you do all of the lesson today because it's very important that we know how to put things into standard form and do it properly, especially with the negatives. So that's all I'll do for now. Of course, if you have more questions, you can always come to office hours or send me an email.